Hello super friends and welcome to DCTV Talk, and more specifically welcome to the first episode of the DCTV Talk Q&A. Now I did promise this a while back, ever since my first Q&A was very successful, and I wanted to keep doing these every single week to really connect with you guys in the community, because yeah, it's a really nice thing to sort of get to know you guys better and to get to know me a bit better as well, as this channel is now growing quite significantly. So I do want to do this every single week. Now, I did say I was going to do these on Thursdays, but there was a complication this week, as of course there would be, where I actually needed to get a new laptop. So I couldn't actually make videos for a couple of days, which is why you didn't see anything. But now I have my new laptop, so it's all ready, and I can start doing this. So yeah, it's a couple days late. I do apologise for that, but it was kind of out of my control. So what I've got here is I've got a few questions, both from Twitter and YouTube, and I'm going to go through all of them. So the first question comes from the Starks, which he asks, current relationship status. I am single, young, free, and single. I've never been in a relationship. Am I looking to be in one? Yeah, I mean, it'd definitely be a nice thing, you know. I'm getting older, so it's, you know, it would be a thing. But at the moment, no, I'm not. I'm currently single. So that is my relationship status, if any of you were wondering. This next question comes from Seth Joseph, and he asks a general DCTV question. Do you ship Olicity or Lauriver? This is very interesting because I don't particularly love either. Olicity is obviously the current Oliver relationship. He's obviously now married to Felicity. Obviously, Olicity had a lot of problems in season 4, which is why many people, including myself, didn't like season 4 that much. Lauriver has never actually truly happened on Arrow that we've seen in present day, but I know it's one that obviously a lot of fans want, and there is even that small group of people that kind of want the Oliver Black Siren relationship. Personally though, if I had to choose one, I would have to go for Lauriver, just because it is closer to the comics, but to be honest, I don't love either. He also followed up that question by asking Black Siren versus Black Canary, who would win in a fight, and when he says Black Canary, he does mean Dinah Drake. In theory, it should be Black Siren. I mean, she is a lot more powerful, as we saw on Flash, but ever since she's been on Arrow, she's really been kind of dumbed down. And Dinah Drake is kind of on a vengeance quest against her now. But I'd have to say Black Siren if they really were fighting to the death, especially because I feel Black Siren's a bit more dangerous, but I honestly don't know. It depends on if they were actually going to have a fight to the death on the show. I have a feeling that obviously Dinah would come out on top, but personally and theoretically, it should be Black Siren. The next question comes from Superhero 2.0, and they ask, what do you think about Project 13? I'm going to be honest, I don't know what Project 13 is. I don't actually know what you're referring to there. So if you're watching this video, Superhero 2.0, you can tell me in the comment section below what Project 13 is, and I'll give you your answer there, because quite frankly, I don't actually know what that is. And he also asked who should join the Legends. Obviously, I've made a couple videos about this in the past. I really enjoy making those kind of videos about who should join the Legends. And two of my big main options have also now joined the Legends, which was Wally West and Constantine. Wally West is currently now on the show, and we know Constantine is becoming a series regular next season if it does get a season 4, which it obviously will. The other one that I'm still yet to see on Legends, but I still feel is incredibly unlikely, is Rory Regan, aka Ragman from Arrow Season 5. I loved him so much, and I think he's so underused in the Arrowverse. I mean, yes, he was a bit too overpowered for Arrow, admittedly. You know, he could stop a nuclear explosion, but I don't know, I don't think he's powerful enough to like trump the Legends, if that makes sense. So I'd love to see him go to Legends. The only problem with Ragman is I think he's a bit too minor of a character to actually be explored on Legends, but I would love to see him on Legends if they were able to do it, and if Joe DiNicoli would come back. But at least just bring him back onto Arrow for like one episode at least, just so I can kind of get a bit of closure on his character, because he's kind of left a bit open about what his future was, so I really want to see where he is now. But my personal choice, yes, would definitely be Rory Regan, Ragman. And then Joe Castaneda, I'm sorry if I butchered your name there, he asks, is Black Lightning on Supergirl's Earth, as they name-dropped her again in episode 9? This is a big question surrounding Black Lightning, is where does it actually take place? Is it in the Arrowverse, or is it completely separate? Personally, I really don't know. I don't think it's on Earth 1. just because even if it is in the Arrowverse, to future-proof themselves, they wouldn't have put it on Earth 1. They would have future-proofed it, kind of like what happened with Supergirl, where they can have it separate but still have it in the Arrowverse. I think it will be on its own contained Earth, personally. I mean, it could be on Supergirl's Earth. I don't know. And even though they did name drop Supergirl in episode 9, they also, in the same sentence, name dropped Vixen. So I don't really know. Obviously, we do know, based on the crossover last year, that pretty much every Earth has their own version of every character we know. So on Earth 38, there is an Oliver Queen, there is a Barry Allen, there is a Vixen. So honestly, pinpointing where Black Lightning takes place is incredibly difficult. I would like to see it on Supergirl's Earth, and maybe we could get an actual Supergirl Black Lightning crossover, because that'd be technically easier to do in the theory of the universe. But I think it'd be really cool if it was on Supergirl's Earth, and personally, if I had to choose one place, I would say it takes place on Supergirl's Earth, Earth 38. And the final questions come from Promo Central, and the first question is a very good one. What power would you like to have? So what they're asking is, if I could have any superpower, what would I have? It may be a boring answer, but it's one thing I've always wanted to do, is just being able to fly. I'd love to be able to fly. I just think, in terms of accessibility, just getting from place to place, just being able to fly there would be great. I really would love just to be able to fly. I don't know, I know it's a boring answer, I know it's a cliche answer, but I would just really love that. I know it's not creative whatsoever. And then again, if I were to choose something else, I would definitely, again, you can tell obviously not very original over here, but I'd love to have super speed, like the Flash, just kind of these speedster, anything like the speedster powers that we see on the Flash, like, being able to create duplicates of myself, running into the past and running to the future. All these different things I think would be really cool to do. And also, I'm fascinated by speed. I'm also quite a fast person myself in terms of how I move and how I act. I get told that quite a lot in the line of work I'm in. So I think it'd be quite good to actually just kind of take that quite literally and become a speedster. I would love that. And maybe even become a vigilante on the way. Who knows? And the final question is also from Promo Central, and they ask, what's your favourite DCTV show? So I'm going to take that as, what is your favourite DCTV show of all time ever? And for me, if you watch this channel and you know me, then you definitely know it's Arrow. I adore Arrow. It's definitely my favourite of all of them. It's my favourite TV show of all time. Not only is it my favourite DC TV show, it's my favourite TV show of all time. I think it's absolutely incredible. Yes, it's had its downtime with Season 3 and Season 4, but it's still really good in its own right, and I think that it's a fantastic show overall, and I absolutely love it. So that is the first episode of this new Q&A series. Like I said, it was a couple days late because of a problem I had, that was kind of unavoidable, but they will be now back on schedule for... I'm going to try Thursday nights. That's what I'm going to try. So Thursday nights, there'll be a new episode of the Q&A series every single week. So if you want to get your question featured in next week's video, then just chuck it in the comment section below of this video, and hopefully you'll get featured in next week's video. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.